digital office manual. All right, if you have an office manual that sits on the shelf somewhere, it's kind of 10, 15, 20 years ago. All right, there's a better way of doing things, and this is a living, breathing office manual that allows you to add your own stuff, but it also comes pre-populated with a lot of stuff as well. General expectations is an example. Absenteeism, when you click that, all of this in here is already pre-embedded for you. All right, this also allows you the ability, if you just click this edit button right here, it's going to open up the edit feature, and you can delete all of this out. You can cut and paste your own. What I love about this, and if you really want to go the Starbucks route, everything they do is in video. So you put the manager in front of an iPhone, you say, tell us what the absentee policy is, and you load it straight in. So now this page is a video. Now an example of what that might look like, let's go over to Operating Protocols Clinical, Tray Setup Dr. Smith, Make Believe Doctor, Invisalign impressions, okay? Maybe you take a picture of exactly how you want that final setup to look, all right? Even better, let's take it a little bit further and let's put a video for Invisalign attachments as an example. Here's a client that really built out their assistants. Now remember, I purposely show this video because this is what happens when you shoot a video with your iPhone straight up and down. Remember the flat screen, you see the blank black spaces on either side of this video. Remember when you're shooting video content, whether it be for social media, your website, or this platform, turn your phone sideways, all right? Because that's the shape of a flat screen. It's the shape of the monitor, things like that. But the point is, what this one is they've built out or are in the process of building out their clinical protocols on where supplies are, what the expectations of the doctors are, where things go, how the tray needs to look, all the things you have to repeat yourself anytime you hire somebody new. You want to get out of your head and onto paper via video, okay? And that's this office manual allows you to digitally turn everything, all your protocols, processes, etc., into a digital format to streamline your business. Now, what's really cool about this also is that over here, you can invite employees to either see it or not see it. So this digital office manual, let's say you want to just have a management folder within your digital office manual. Well, you just invite the doctors and the office manager as an example. Don't invite other people. And that particular chapter or folder of your office manual will be invisible to everybody. Very simple. Like I said, you could put in files right here, audio files or video on your absentee policy. Now, the other piece that I really enjoy, and this is why this I believe is so powerful among other reasons, is it helps automate so many things that practices a lot of times just don't have functioning at the highest levels. HR is one of those things. You have to remember that your training and your human resources have to function in harmony with itself. If they don't function as one, you don't have either. That is something that very famous entrepreneurs talk about all over the country. It's also some of the most successful businesses like a Starbucks, a Walt Disney, a Ritz-Carlton are able to scale well without losing necessarily the quality. And my example that I'm talking about right here is this Mark as Read button. Instead of an employee reading your whole binder and signing off, that's not going to hold up in HR court, okay? This will though. So you're on the absentee policy and you can see this button over here is red, okay? Watch what happens when I click this Mark as Read button when I'm logged in as an employee. It goes to topic red, and now this button turns green. So these become like a bookmarker for the employees and for management on what they've read and what they haven't. Now the beauty and the magic happens when this button is clicked Mark as Read. What just happened is that there's documentation automatically put into my digital HR folder, which we will get to here momentarily because I'm going to go right down this list in order. There's now documentation that says, hey, look, Brian Wright read the absentee policy and agrees to follow it. All of that is happening automatically. You go down to parking and automobiles. You click Mark as Read. Comes topic red. This now turns green. All right. Now all these have to go green. And when that happens, this general expectation button will turn to green as well. All right. So a lot of this stuff does the automation for you because you're not realistically going to have somebody read your absentee policy and then sign off on it and then read this and sign off on it. It's just not realistic. So a lot of this work is being done for you. Now all over here, if you want to add things, you can. So let's add a chapter just like we did over there. And maybe that chapter is patient experience, expectations on how to treat people. It can be anything. This one you could house, clinical protocols. you get the point. It can be anything, all right? So we're just going to title this test, and we're going to hit save, all right? What that does now is over here, you see it's in here, all right? So we're going to click test. Now we're going to add a section. Let's add a section. We'll do test 1. We're going to hit save. And then over here, we're going to add a topic, and that'll be test 2. Let's type in some fake content here, and we're going to hit save. Okay, once that's done, you can see these buttons are all red now. All right, you have your new chapter, which you can title it anything you want. You've got your content in here, which you can do videos, anything you want, and then you've got your mark as read. So I click that, and you can see, because there's only one here, when I click topic read, all of these 3 turn green because there's only one thing to read. So now we're looking at 3 green buttons. Great for the employees because, again, it lets them know, okay, I'm finished reading this section. I've clicked mark as read on all the pages, okay? Now, very editable, like I said, very private if you want it to be, or you can publish it to the entire organization. Very easy to add these things. Remember, the chapter is these. So you see these 4 right here, those are chapters, all right? Section goes underneath the chapter, and then topic goes underneath the section. All right, now let's go to this and delete it. So you would go to Office Manual, this button here, it'll pull up all of them. And let's delete the test that we just did. Confirm. All right, now it's out of there. All right, so there are your 4 categories inside the Resource Center. Very powerful because, again, they all work together.